Hello, this is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Academy. And today we are going through our Bonanza training. We have a two-part series. So this is part one of the training. And the first part of the training, we're going to go through Bonanza. Second part of the training, we're going to go through Google Shopping. I apologize. There were some updates to Zoom. So we had some challenges getting in, but hey, we love technical challenges. Nope, no, we do not. So my name is Nicole Whitlock. I am the creator and co-founder of eCom Sellers. We own eCom Sellers Academy, Summit, Mastery, eCom Junior, eCom Minute, eCom Mondays, and eCom Q4 Summit. In addition to that, we support many other things, including the Mega Print on Demand Summit. I have been selling offline technically since 2008 and selling online since 2014. Put a little asterisk next to that because I actually started selling in Facebook garage sale groups a long time ago. I just didn't really think that was online. And so my first foray, and also Craigslist. So for those of us that were doing that, I sold on Facebook garage sale groups and I sold on Craigslist before I started selling on eBay. So technically that was online as well. I am the single mom of two special needs kids, and we're going to go ahead and get started. They're the reason why I do this. So we have one assumption about this workshop, that you don't know anything about Bonanza. You're starting from a clean slate and you have no information about Bonanza. I would tell you Bonanza is a great platform to be able to sell things because there's really nothing that's stopping you from selling. So let's get started. So during this workshop overview, it's a two-part series. The first thing that we're going to be covering is what is Bonanza? What are the platform options, features, and integrations? How do you use the platform? How do you list and ship on the platform? So we're probably not going to get to list and ship. I'll try to squeeze that in next week. And then part two, we're going to go over what is Google Shopping, the platform options, features, and integrations, how to use the platform, and how to list and ship on that platform. So next week will probably be a long session. I apologize in advance for that. Our Q&A for tonight is going to be delayed because we had some technical issues just getting the Zoom to launch. So the first thing about this workshop and any workshop that we host is that we always want to make sure that people are keeping in mind at the end of the day, this is your business. You are the business owner. You make all the business decisions. So anything we share with you today is informational. You can decide whether or not you want to use it, whether or not it's helpful to you, or whether or not you just want to keep moving. We always encourage you as a business owner that you treat this business like a business and that you establish a budget and a schedule and you actually effectively plan how you're going to operate your business. Make decisions about it like it is truly a business and not some random thing that you do. Otherwise, it's just a hobby. So you should always establish a budget. You should always build a real work schedule because when you don't have a schedule, you don't know where your time went. If you have a schedule, then you can always know what your time and where you're wasting time. And when you waste time, that's opportunity because time is one thing you can never, ever, ever get back. And then we always encourage that anything that you do that is new or that you are not familiar with, give yourself at least 3 to 6 months to get comfortable with that platform, to get familiar with it, to get used to the way you can do different things on that platform. And being consistent is the key to your success in selling on any platform, no matter what it is. So today we're going over Bonanza and what is Bonanza. So Bonanza, I'm going to tell you they were headquartered in Washington, Seattle, Washington, but it's a marketplace. It's another one of these amazing marketplaces that you can use to sell your products, whatever your products happen to be. Bonanza is a great platform to sell it on. And it's an easy platform to set up and to list items on. So it's not overly complicated. They have some basic categories, some basic features. We're going to talk about a little bit more if you want to beef up your Bonanza. But in essence, a lot of people compare Bonanza to eBay. I don't think that it's anything like eBay. I actually like selling on Bonanza. I do have a Bonanza account. It has been dormant for a little bit, but I do have an account, and hopefully when we get a chance, I'll be able to show you, if maybe next week, how to create a listing. So there's a lot of simple features on the platform. And like I said, it's very simple to create a listing. It's less complicated than like creating a listing on eBay or creating a listing on some other platforms. And when you get started, it's really a simple process. Like, it is very straightforward and simple. There aren't any fees to list items. La la. No fees to list items, no monthly store fees, none of that. All you're doing is when an item sells, you pay at that point. So in essence, it's very similar to eBay in that respect. But again, it's free to list on. You can create a free account if you want to. And Bonanza helps sellers through forums, community, and chat. So the one thing you will find is that you really don't have a direct person that you can talk to on Bonanza, but there is customer service that is always available, and you can use the communities and chats to be able to address any issues that you have. So it also allows you to build your customer list. You can build strong relationships with your customers. So like I said, it's an online shopping mall in essence, where a buyer connects buyers and sellers together. You provide a lot of different tools to help you grow your business. It was voted back in 2016, I think also in 17, the most recommended marketplace. And that's how I got started. I got started, I think, in 2015 on Bonanza, over eBay, Amazon, and Etsy. So I will say that it's probably simple to list on like Etsy is. Like I said, a little more simple than it is eBay. And they have over 20 million product catalogs listings on Bonanza. That's a lot. So what can you sell on Bonanza? You can pretty much almost sell anything. Why would you sell on Bonanza? So you can sell your items directly through Bonanza, and there is an actual base fee of 3.5. And I'm going to go through that a little bit more. And that is when your item sells, there's a minimum base 3.5 that you're going to pay on every single sale. You could pay more depending on if you have a membership or you're doing advertising. Those are all optional. But if you're just using straight Bonanza and you're driving your own traffic, 3.5. It allows sellers to import from eBay, Etsy, and Shopify. Hello. So you literally could cross-list your listings from eBay directly over to Bonanza without typing anything. Also Etsy, also Amazon, and also Shopify. Now, let me just say this. That can be helpful if you can import your listings, especially with all the stuff that's going on Amazon right now. If you were to import your listings over to Bonanza and then just make them inactive, so then that way the listing is already cloned over there, including all the pictures. And then if for some reason Amazon decides they want to take down your listing, they want to make it inactive, they want to take it down, and you lose all your pictures, at least your pictures will already be up on Bonanza. All you have to do is just activate that listing, and everything about it, all the characteristics about it are already there. So for those of you that are struggling with your relationship with Amazon, I see this as a viable solution if you were to turn on the sync process that's inside of Bonanza, bring those listings over, bring them over as inactive, so they're always on another platform. And then if for some reason Amazon decides to take down your listings, all you have to do is just reactivate them on Bonanza, and boom, you're done. And if Amazon takes the listing and took the pictures, at least you have all the pictures and everything over on Bonanza. So I love that. I just want you to know, I think that is a viable solution. And when they say, okay, we took down your listing, especially if you sent the inventory into Amazon, when somebody buys something from you, you can fulfill from your own Amazon inventory and ship it directly from Amazon to your customer. So that import integration feature is a big deal, okay? It's a benefit to you. Bonanza provides features for adding your items to Google Shopping. So that is a big thing, because Google Shopping, in essence, you can import your listings into Google Shopping. So you've got 5 platforms. If you list on Bonanza, or if you're listing on other platforms, you can import them from those other platforms into Bonanza. And you can integrate it with Google Shopping, because what is the biggest search engine on the internet? Google, okay? Amazon is still a big search engine, but people are starting with Google for most everything. Google, YouTube, and Amazon. Those are the top 3 search engines. So having your items be visible in Google Shopping, that again, that's just going to get you more traction and more traffic to your listings, okay? It's easy to handle your Bonanza store. It's actually called a booth is what it is. And we'll talk about that in just a second. And then most of the marketplace focus exclusively on promoting your brands and buyers, like Amazon. People are going to Amazon for specific things. People are going to different platforms, but you don't have to worry about all of the challenges that you have with listing on Amazon. You don't have to think about any of the competition if you're listing your items on Bonanza or cross-listing them on Bonanza. And we also have like a promo code for a tool called List Perfectly. List Perfectly will cross-list to Bonanza for you as well. So again, you don't have to worry about dealing with Amazon, because a lot of people are frustrated with Amazon, so they're exploring other platforms. So I would put this platform into your arsenal, put it in your back pocket. Walmart is a good platform, but also Bonanza. If you've had inventory you had to pull back, Bonanza is another platform in which you can put your listings on. And if you integrate it with Google Shopping, your items will go. They'll go. Then the other thing is the data on your booth. Like, you can get information about your customers, and about your customers will see different information about your listings, but you have information about your customers, about the traffic that's coming to your booth and the data. So you can direct message the information to your customers or to your potential customers. If shoppers send you a message, you can message back to them directly. So you don't have that where you're not able to communicate with your customers directly like you do on Amazon. You can interact with your customers directly on Walmart and also on eBay. So in that essence, it's very similar. So the traffic that is on Bonanza, there's 1.2 million visitors per month on Bonanza. Comparatively speaking, to eBay or to Amazon or to Walmart, they clearly get more traffic. But the one thing about Bonanza is you can integrate it with Google Shopping and have your listings show up over on the side, and you can do advertising. And that's another opportunity to get more traction on your listing, more eyeballs on your listing. So the pros of listing on Bonanza is that it's quick and easy to set up your store. There's minimal fees. You have the ability to import your listings from eBay, Etsy, says both, to your booth, and you can get information, data on your listings. So you can get traffic statistics. That's a big deal. The cons are that it is a smaller buyer base and fewer advertising opportunities. And so you need it for self-promotion. So you do have to do, in some essence, sometimes self-promotion, but if you're really good with the keywords in your listing, if your listing is keyword rich, your listings can be found organically. I couldn't believe some of the sales that I would get on Bonanza when I was regularly selling on Bonanza. And so I have, you have your death pile. Maybe it's inventory you had to pull back. Definitely list it on Bonanza. Now you want to list the newer stuff than older or used stuff, unless it's vintage or something like that. So how much does it cost to sell on Bonanza? So the fee structure is a little different. Like I said, you have the final value fee is what you pay. And it's a combination of two things: the amount that the person buys the product from you and any of the shipping fees. So in the example that we have is like a t-shirt was $12, which I don't know why the t-shirt is $12, but whatever. And sorry, $25, and the shipping is $12. So the final value fee would be $27. So $2 would be what you're going to end up paying. So the final value fee under $500, the fee is 3.5. If it's over $500, then the fee is 3.5 plus a 1.5 flat fee for everything that's over $500. And then, of course, a minimum 50-cent fee applies to every sale. So that's how they get their money. So when you look at fees, you look at the selling fees that are on Facebook Marketplace. This will be a good example. Facebook Marketplace selling fees are low. Bonanza selling fees are low. This is another one of those low selling fees. So that means it's potentially a higher ROI for you. And if you are taking the bundles course, this is a platform to list your bundles on. When you're worried about those character bundles, when you're worried about those bundles like, oh, I can't sell these on Amazon. Oh, I get a message or whatever. If you put together an amazing bundle and you list it on Bonanza, and then you import it into Google Shopping, you're going to sell your bundles without having to worry about all the little things about, oh, okay, you can't sell Disney, you can't sell that. I'm just going to tell you the truth. So I love that about Bonanza because I don't have to go through any of the stuff that you go through on other platforms. Same thing with Facebook Marketplace. I don't have to go through all that. I can just sell my bundles as is. So the features, sellers can import their listings from eBay from eBay, from Etsy, from Amazon and Shopify. And don't forget about the integration to Google Shopping. The store is easy to set up. There's minimal fees. We went through that already. And booth, the bonanza.com includes your booth and the item traffic statistics. So how many eyeballs are looking at your listing? Okay, getting that traffic information is going to help you to drive more traffic to your listing. In addition to that, on your listings, you have, and also on your booth, because that is what it's called, you can add a video. So you can tailor it to you, and you can add a video to your products as well. You can put your booth on vacation. You can include discounts and coupons. So you can put things on sale if you want to, or give people coupons. You can now allow shoppers to negotiate. So again, like on eBay, you can negotiate. Sometimes people will make you an offer and you go, no, I'm not interested. Payments go through PayPal and Amazon Pay only. So you have to keep that in mind. You can advertise your items, and you have a My Customer section that you can go through and look at, collect that data, import that into your, whatever your mail response system is. So then that way you can market to those customers later on. So also you have the option of signing up for a Bonanza membership. There are 3 main membership tiers. And so I'm going to actually pull this up because you can't see this graphic very well. So hold on just one second. I think I have it in another window. Okay, so improve your sales on Bonanza. So you can choose, you don't have to sign up for a Bonanza membership. You can sign up annually or you can sign up monthly. So if you feel like Bonanza is going to be for you, if you want to test it without signing up for a membership, you definitely can do that. But if you want to sign up for a membership, just keep in mind there's an annual option and there's a monthly option, okay? The features are get more up to 2 times more views, page views. You can get up to 3 times more page views or 8 times more page views. Okay, so this one is really like, okay, I want my stuff to show up. So they'll do different things to drive traffic to your listings, which is great. You'll get some Google Analytics on your listing. So you're already getting analytics for free. You're getting some traffic stats about your listings automatically. And then you get more if you sign up for one of the memberships. The lowest price shipping labels. You can get some advanced stats. So you see all the check boxes here. You can get a personal consultant if you sign up for the Titan level. So if you have a lot of inventory to get rid of, you got a lot of inventory to push, you know, maybe not. The Titan, get rid of everything really fast. So you could add different features if you want to do coupons. This is where you're going to do that with the membership. You can do Facebook advertising at the Platinum and Titan level. I can talk. And 24-hour analytics, which is a new feature. Comparison shopping on other channels. So I will say this about Bonanza compared to others. So when you're like selling on Amazon, you're competing for the buy box. Yes, Amazon is king. It is a beast. We understand that. But you're also competing for the buy box. When you're selling on eBay, because you're putting your UPC, all your related stuff is going to show up. So other people that are selling that same product, you'll get to see their prices too. So it kind of indirectly messes with that whole competition thing on eBay. And when you are there doing some kind of test on Etsy to showcase similar products near each other as well. But Bonanza, they're coming to your booth. So if they see that standalone listing all by itself out there in Google Shopping and they click on it, they're coming to your booth and they're going to see your stuff. They're not going to see other people's stuff. They're going to see your stuff. And so that is different compared to other platforms. That is one of the things I love, because now I don't have to worry about this whole they see what other people are selling something for. So again, if you're selling bundles and you're giving value, that is another way to get more traction and traffic on your listings. So again, the membership has a lot of different features. If you're wanting some assistance with booth management, like maximum number of items per month, like they'll help you with booth management. Digital goods, if you've got digital goods you want to sell, and then SMS messaging. So again, there's a lot of different features. And then if you're looking for something smaller or you're looking for something bigger, need more advertising, they have a $300 a month offering, and then they got a $20 a month offering. So again, you can sign up for these or you can not and just stay with the free account. Totally, you could stay with the free account, okay? So I wanted you to know that those features exist inside of Bonanza. So let me keep going. So where to find products to sell? Okay, where to get started? So I have mentioned before, get rid of your inventory that came back from Amazon. Let's start with that. Inventory that Amazon won't let you sell, you can go with that. Inventory that you bought and you're like, oh my God, I have to return it. Just go put it on Bonanza and see what happens. So you can sell stuff that you're passionate about. If you're a person that's selling clothing, accessories, whatever that is right now, go ahead and sell them online, sell them on Bonanza. Don't forget the opportunity to import your existing listings from other platforms. You can research different products that you think are going to sell, do some research, maybe buy from a wholesaler, or if you got a wholesaler that will do the drop shipping for you, definitely do that. Drop shipping is always an option. Maybe you're doing subscription boxes, and so you're selling those. You can list those on your Bonanza booth, and liquidation in any excess inventory. So these are all things that you can sell. You want to sell new stuff. You want to have good pictures. As always, you want to have great descriptions. You want to make sure you've got your strong keywords in there. So when you import those listings, edit them, tweak them as you need to, and then make them active. Activate those listings. As I mentioned before, there's integration that you have the opportunity. You can import all of your listings from a CSV file, so you don't have to manually create them. I love that about all the platforms. You have the ability to import from a CSV file on Walmart or from a flat file Excel file, eBay, Amazon, Etsy. So why not import your listings? Okay. But then you also have the opportunity to bring your listings in from your other platforms, Shopify, Etsy, Amazon. So you can cross-list it, get more traffic and traction on your listings, more backlinks. So if you've got a Shopify store, why not set up an integration, activate the integration so that you can get more eyeballs on your listing, and then take that Bonanza store and do an integration with Google Shopping. So now your items that are on your Shopify store listed on Bonanza and also on Google Shopping. You can go directly from Shopify directly to Google Shopping if you want to. But again, if you bring in that extra, that's just more backlinks to your listing and more traction on that particular listing. So again, something to think about when you're trying to get more traction. So there's different categories. These categories should feel somewhat familiar. There's a lot of different things that you can be selling. And don't forget that there's digital goods that you could be selling as well on Bonanza, getting some traction and traffic on your digital goods. So again, if you're selling digital goods over on Etsy, you can do that over here as well. Specialty services, stamps, like, okay. So coin collection. So those of you that are frustrated with the changes that eBay made to coin collection, or selling coins on eBay, go sell them on Bonanza. I'm just saying, giving you some opportunities to kind of get more traction, and then import those or cross-list those over to Google Shopping, and now your listing is out there in the universe, you're getting some traffic and some traction. You definitely, if you're going to do the integrations, make sure you do the sync to some extent. Like I would import all my listings from Amazon and turn off the sync, because if they delete it on Amazon, I don't want them deleting it on Bonanza, just because I want that listing to exist. But I would make sure that when I import from Amazon, that I make them inactive. Outside of that, you can cross list so that way, when it sells, if it sells on eBay and you only had one of them, it'll bring down your Bonanza listing. And that is what the sync does. It's SYNC, sync, synchronization. All right, so advertising on Bonanza. These are your fees for advertising on Bonanza. You don't have to do that. You can choose not to do it. you can just see what kind of organic traffic you can get on your own based on the keywords you put in the listing, the images that you have, your listings. You will be surprised how often your listings just show up naturally and organically. So it is an opt-in program, so it's not automatic. And so you don't, you can choose it or you can not choose it. If you sign up for the basic, it says the maximum fee is 9%. So I did do this for a little while. I think my fees were sometimes between 4 and 5%. So again, another opportunity to be able to sell your stuff and to get more traction and traffic on your listings. 30% is a bit steep, but I can swing, if I'm already paying 3.5%, I can swing another 4% or 5%. When you compare that to my fees on other platforms, when you compare it to my fees on other platforms, yeah, I can swing another 4%. It's only 7.5%. So keep that in mind. You do have the opportunity to sign up for this. This is additional. So you have the membership, which is optional. You don't have to do it. And you also have advertising, which is optional. You don't have to do that. So how to get started on Bonanza, the first thing you want to do is you want to navigate to Bonanza. So you just go to bonanza.com. You click on register in the top right-hand corner. You're going to create an account and you're going to put in an email address and your password, your postal code, and agree to the terms. And you'll begin the process of creating your account. They're going to ask you to verify your email address, of course, and then you're going to activate your Bonanza account. When you do that, you're creating what's called a booth, which is what I mentioned before. You're going to have a dashboard. You're going to have a profile. You can put your profile pickup. I never did put my profile pickup. Maybe I will this year. And then you can begin the process after you've got that set up. There's other things that you're going to be setting up. So some of the things that are not directly listed here, like you're going to put in your full name, your address, details about your business, some information so that they can help you calculate shipping. You are going to set up a shipping policy. I didn't write that in here. So there's a shipping policy. You're going to have a return policy. So there's some decisions that you're going to have to make about your account when you're setting it up. So you're going to customize your booth. You're going to attach your PayPal. And then you can choose, if you're going to do a gold membership, you can connect it to Stripe. You're going to choose whether or not you're going to advertise your items or not. And again, you can activate or inactivate that at any time. And you're going to add a credit card because they're going to use that to verify who you are as you're setting up your account. And then you're ready to import your listings. But again, the things that I need to add to this is that you are going to set up a shipping policy and a return policy. There's going to be some things that you're actually going to set up in your account. Okay, and that's part of your booth. Okay, so let me go over to Bonanza. I think this was, okay. Yeah, this was the integrations. Okay, we talked about the membership. So let me go over to my account. Okay, so here are the categories. You got fashion, men's fashion, home and garden, health and beauty, collectibles, handbags, jewelry, and more. So you see all the more, all these things that you could be selling on Bonanza, an opportunity to sell. And again, you don't have 9,000 questions like you do on some of the other platforms. So in essence, to me, sometimes it feels like it's more like selling on Facebook Marketplace. So any purchases that you made, any messages you get from your customers, go there. And so my selling dashboard, because I haven't sold in a while, this is my information. So I have to reconnect because I had my eBay connected. So I have to reauthorize my account, but that's okay. So you can connect to whatever you have active. It's going to show you what's active. So it says that my booth is partially active because I need to reconnect my eBay account and so on and so forth. If there's anything you want to disconnect, you can disconnect it over here by choosing that. So again, when you're something you need to do, it's going to give you a message right here. And then of course they are doing the tax collection. They're doing the tax collection for you, which is, again, it's a marketplace. So just like Amazon, just like Facebook Marketplace, just like Walmart, just like Etsy, just like Shopify. They're going to collect the taxes and report them for you. So if you decide you want to get an advanced account, because you can set up a booth or you can do an advanced account where it's connected to a URL, then that is more. And you can choose to set that up if you want to. You have data on all your customers. That means you can go back and market to them. So I do like, the simplification of this platform and what you can do with it. So because I don't have anything connected, I don't know that it's going to let me actually go in and create a listing. Okay. Add edit items. So add a new item. And I'm just going to put, I don't know, trolls bundle. We're just going to look and see. I just want to show you some of the fields. So it's going to ask me to upload pictures. It's giving you the dimensions for the pictures, what it recommends at the minimum that it needs to be. And remember, again, like on other platforms, if the pixels are too low, then it's going to be grainy. And what sells? You're selling keywords and you're selling pictures. And so your keywords definitely need to be what people are looking for. Your pictures need to be bright and full. So at least 3 or more images. I believe it goes all the way up to 10. So then you can choose the category that you want to sell in. So if I choose baby, then I can go down the rabbit hole. Actually, I want to go down to toys. If I go to toys, and let's just say I'm selling, I don't know, Black Panther. So I can go down to toys and I can choose comic book heroes. Okay. And then I'm going to put the details in here. I'm going to put the condition. I'm going to put the brand. So if it's Marvel, whatever, I'm going to put the UPC. And I'm going to put in the MPN. And so the G, I had not seen that before. Hold on just 1 second. Rejected. Google Shopping will reject items in this category that is listed as new. Interesting. So good to know, keeping that in mind. The type of item that it is, the character family. Oh, look at that. They already give you some. So I don't know. Is Black Panther in here? I don't know. Yeah, I don't see character family. I don't see Black Panther. Marvel? I don't know. Marvel Universe. Okay. The year, the size, the era, and then the description. How many do you have available? And then the shipping information based on how you set up your shipping settings when you first set it up. And it says, will you ship to non-US countries? Keep that in mind. If you're willing to ship out to the UK or to Canada or whatever, what does that look like for you? And you can set those rates. And then I can go ahead and once I'm done, add this item to my booth and it's active. So this is the actual entire listing. This is everything that I'm putting in here, which is, not a lot. So you want to make sure you have strong keywords at the beginning in the title. And if you're going to do some advertising, then I can go in and put some additional keywords over in there. So that's the short version of creating your first listing. And you can edit, I can edit my booth settings, but you can edit your listings. If you want to take it down, you can make it not visible. So I like this functionality. I like this feature. It is easy to use. It's easy to set up. And it's a great platform for you to, get rid of inventory that you couldn't return, that you've just got sitting around. Just go ahead and list it. Make sure you catalog it somewhere. So then that way you'll have a record of it. And you would be surprised, like some of the stuff that maybe you didn't think would sell, you'd be surprised how it might just sell organically on its own. So that is Bonanza. Again, I hope this information is helpful to you. Next week, we will be going through Google Shopping and showing you how to set up Google Shopping and how to use Google Shopping. So take advantage of the information about Bonanza. Go play with it. It's a great platform to check out, and you can check out the features and the functionality of Bonanza. All right. So if you're not already an Academy member, we want to invite you to join eCom Sellers Academy. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's $17.99 a month. So why not? We also have a lifetime subscription opportunity. So go check out eCom Sellers Academy at www.ecomsellersacademy. Check us out. Feel free to join us. We'd be glad to have you. This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Academy, and we're going to say goodbye for now. Okay, so let's go see what questions we have. I got to log into Facebook, see if we have any questions. If you have any questions, you can type them in the chat. Again, we apologize for the delay. Today was a little crazy. Let me stop showing my screen so I can log in real quick. Okay. Every time I log out, I get this message that says, hey, someone is trying to log in with your login and password to Facebook. Is that you? So I have to go prove that it's me. All right, so I'm looking for any questions that you might have about Bonanza. What questions do you have? What information do you want to know about? What would you like for us to share with you? Go ahead and type your questions now. Type your questions in the chat. This is your time for the live Q&A. Again, I apologize for the massive delay. So what questions do you have today? What questions do you all have? Please feel free to type them in the chat. Let us know what your questions are. Anything? All right, I don't see any questions yet. Not yet. This is what I will say. If you do have questions about Bonanza, feel free to type them in this thread. We're happy to answer those questions and to help you. Like I said, there is a Bonanza sync functionality so that you could cross-list your items from your other platforms onto Bonanza, saving yourself a little bit of time. For those of you that are frustrated with Amazon and you want your listings to be out there so you don't lose the images, definitely use Bonanza. Also, consider doing a backup of those items, of the pictures on your Google Drive as well. Catalog them somehow. Hire a VA to do that. So there's a lot of different categories. If you're selling any products or you have products in any of these categories, or maybe you want to test a private label product that you're thinking about. You want to test a bundle idea, bundle concept. Again, Bonanza is a great one to test on. So is Facebook Marketplace. See what happens organically and naturally, just because of the platform. All right. Well, I am going to go ahead and log off for now. If you have any questions, I know that Renata and I think Tony and Celia are monitoring the questions in the Facebook group. So feel free to ask your questions there and we'd be happy to help you. And again, if you decide to get started on Bonanza, definitely reach out to me or reach out to any of us. Schedule your coaching session because you have a free 20-minute coaching session every quarter. Schedule it. Let's get it set up. This is a great time to learn another platform if you want to learn another platform or you want to have another platform that you cross list onto. So schedule your session if you need some help with Bonanza. All right. This is Nicole Whitlock. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Okay, guys. So I am actually going to share real quick one thing I forgot to go over in the training. So earlier we were looking at Bonanza. We were creating a listing. So when you first go into Bonanza and you go into your account, you can go over to add an item. And then once you click on add an item, you're going to click on add an item from there. You can type in whatever the item happens to be. And we did a test earlier to show me setting up, not really setting up, but sort of what are the fields that I have to think about based on what category I chose. The other thing that I want to point out is I want to point out right next to add an item is advertise the item. So if I want to advertise something, I can come over to advertise an item. And so again, advertising on Bonanza, I mean, you can get organic traffic, and the organic traffic is absolutely free. That's the 3.5 that we talked about before in the training. If you want to get a little more traffic, 1.2 million shoppers, you can click on basic traffic, click on basic. And again, that's going to be up to a maximum of 9%. And I normally used to get around 4 or 5. You don't have to choose it, but you can. If I go up to standard, then that's 2.5 million potential shoppers. That fee goes up. There's a maximum of 13% there. I have tried that. I think I got on average around 10%. Then you have going to superior, 4.1 million shoppers, and then elite at 6.4 million. So for me, if I'm doing a bundle and I'm charging a high amount for my bundle, maybe I put a bundle together, maybe for $9, $11, and I'm selling the bundle for $85 or $95, then, having a fee of potentially up to 30%. It's still a lot, but I know that I'm going to make back all my money and then some. So the differences between them, if I choose basic, you'll see that they're going to automatically advertise on Google Shopping. They're going to advertise on Bonanza and Bonanza affiliates. Then the next thing is if I choose standard and I come down, then it starts to expand to advertising on eBay. Then if I choose 4.1 or superior, it's going to expand to advertise on Bing ads. So now I'm getting traffic on all of those platforms. And then if I choose elite, then you'll see that Facebook, so Facebook ads didn't expand, but elite did, so I get more traffic. But typically Facebook ads would. And you can see that I can click here and look at, more options to be able to connect to Facebook. So that's the one thing I wanted to point out. If I need more traffic, then I can add more traffic. So think about if you're having a product launch, you got a private label product, trying to get more eyeballs on your products, get more listings. This is a great way to do that, to get some more traffic on it. If I want to update several of my listings, update them as a group. So maybe I've got some listings that are variations or something about the listing, or I'm changing it. Maybe I'm changing the price for everything because maybe I've moved to a different prep center, my inventory store somewhere else, and I want to change something. Whatever it is I want to change, I can go through and apply the changes to the entire group. And then if I want to edit any of, and you can see that I have all of these options. Okay, so I have a lot of listings that are down here, but anyway, they're all on reserve right now. And then, then I can go down to booth settings. And if I want to make some changes about my booth, anything about my booth, so I can change my booth appearance, I can change my payments, I can change, these are all the things that I currently have set up with my booth, which I'm going to make some changes to it. But anyway, payments and purchases. So it's currently connected to my PayPal. I can change how it's connected. I can go ahead and connect it to Stripe. So I have some other options there. Discounts. If I want to offer any discounts, again, some of this I'm going to have to upgrade to a membership in order to be able to use that functionality, okay? And they do have, again, most of everything that you do, you can do free, or they can charge you for those things. Then you have your shipping and returns. We talked about that you have to set up your policy and your procedures around that. Mine is currently blank because I've cleared all that stuff out. And then categories and sorting. So again, you can make changes to your store, to your booth, and you could integrate your listings. So if you're launching a new product, if you are testing some bundles, there's so many different ways in which you can use Bonanza to help you in your business. So I wanted to point that out. I hope this information is helpful to you, and happy selling. This is part 2 of the Bonanza Google Shopping Bonanza workshop. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and I'm with eCom Sellers Academy. Today, we're going to be going over the Google Shopping workshop. Today, we're going to be covering Google Shopping, what it is, what are some of the platform options, features, and integrations, how to use the platform. And it's really not listing, like you're going to ship from whatever tool you're already using. So if you're integrated with ShipStation or some other tool, you're going to ship through that. But we'll show you how to integrate, or we'll talk through how to get your listings over to Google Shopping, the Google Shopping platform. Okay, so what is Google Shopping? So Google Shopping is a service where people can actually like find your products using Google. It is known as a comparison shopping engine. So when I type in something like baby stroller comes up, but there's also some images that show up automatically when I type in baby stroller. Those are listings that have been integrated into Google Shopping. So it makes it easy for people to find things. They're all individual graphics for each listing that happens to be integrated into Google Shopping. And so all of your listings that are on Amazon, eBay, wherever they are, Walmart, Facebook Marketplace, you can actually easily integrate those into Google Shopping. So it's a great way for people to find your products and find your physical products, no matter where you are. If your products are being sold globally, they'll be visible globally. If your products are being sold locally, they'll be visible locally in that Google search. So it's based off of the words, the keywords that people are putting into the search engine. So a couple of quick facts about Google. I didn't know this. It was created in 2002, and it was actually known as Frugal. I think of Frugal as F-R-U-G-L-E, but okay. So the service was simply intended to index product data. That was what it was originally intended to do. And in 2012, they changed the service to actually integrate it with Google Ads or Google AdWords, sorry. And that way your shopping or your products would actually show up in Google Shopping. At some later point, they added some more features to it. So another way, Google Shopping is another way for retailers and e-commerce businesses to advertise their physical products on Google so that they actually show up. And Google uses the product data that's uploaded by the merchants. So we're going to talk about where do you upload your information or integrate your information so that it actually shows up in the Google search. And since most everyone uses Google, like I can remember a long time ago, people used to use Yahoo or Bing, but most everyone uses Google. So you definitely want your products to show up there so you can get more traction. There's some statistical data around that as well. So why should you use Google Shopping? Because it works. So before I talked about a baby stroller, I just type in baby stroller in the Google search, and this is what automatically displays. So there's a baby stroller from Mockingbird. There's one from 9 Offers Today. There's one from Walmart with a rating, 9 Offers Today. So I don't know what that I would never have thought of naming a store or brand 9 Offers Today, but clearly it shows up. It's immediately there. It's visible. And I didn't even have to search on images. I literally just typed in baby stroller, and right below this listing is like all of the text related listings, like an Amazon listing for baby stroller and a Walmart listing for a baby stroller. So there are different listings for baby stroller underneath. And I didn't even have to click on images. I didn't have to click on shopping. It just automatically shows up in the all. Okay. So the next thing I could do is I started off in all, I could click on shopping, and now all of these products, and I could keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, will actually show up and be available for me to kind of see what I want to buy. I also have some options over on the side. It knows where I am locally. I can look for just baby strollers that are near me. I can look for baby strollers that are on sale. I can look for baby strollers that are a specific price. I can look for baby strollers with a brand. So again, all the information that you, the seller, are putting into the database causes your baby stroller to show up in the options and to show up potentially based on how I might be paying for AdWords, my Google AdWords account might show up before somebody else's. Also, it also depends on some of the keywords that I use in my listing. But I think I love Google Shopping. I think that is a great way for your products to just automatically show up. When's the last time you did a search and stuff just showed up at the top of your screen, like products that you could click on, the actual image for the products? And then the words were below the actual image. That is the difference. You want your stuff to show up in the words. So why should you use Google Shopping? 30% higher conversion if you use Google Shopping over text. So if you were to place a Google Ads, if you were to place a Google AdWords campaign and a Google Shopping campaign, your Google Shopping is going to convert 30% better than the text one, okay? So again, the images show up above the words. The words or the listing. When I say above the words, let me just pull one of these up real quick. So this is baby stroller. Let me go to all. So when I just type in baby stroller, the images show up at the top. I have to scroll down. It gives me the stuff locally. Notice that. Then it gives me local stores that are near me. Notice that. And then now I'm getting the text for, oh, here's an Amazon listing. Here's a Target listing. And look, some more baby strollers show up. And look what kind of data that Google has given me. The top 16 strollers. Okay. So I could scroll through that and see if there's anything I want to do with that. Then it's giving me some additional articles. It's giving me some articles on baby strollers. And then now it's giving me some additional ads on baby strollers. So before I even get to, oh, here's the words on baby strollers, I see first the ones that automatically show up in the top part of the scroll. That's Google Shopping, that you're placing Google ads, Google AdWords. It gives me some local information and the map associated with that. It gives me the stores that are near me. Then these are showing up first. So this is, I can tell you, is probably the #1 ranked baby stroller on Amazon because it's under the Amazon bestsellers and it says #1 right there. So Amazon is ranking higher than the things that are below it. Then Target is next, 16 strollers, some more information, articles about strollers, and then it starts giving me, these are all stroller listings. So I can just go buy a stroller in these, look for a stroller in these stroller listings. So what your goal is to get your items to show up here, they show up here, or you want your items to show up somewhere down here. But this is part of a ranking that Google is doing. That's organic. This is paid. I'm at the top. So people will just scroll through this and look for a stroller all day long without even going directly to shopping. They'll just start here. If you go directly to shopping, these are all the options that you're going to see. You're going to see different types of weights for strollers, the different types of strollers, the features for the stroller. It is just ridiculous, all the stuff. The strollers that have free shipping, the ones that are the seller, here's the sellers. So if you want one that's sold by this one or by eBay or Nordstrom or Walmart or whatever, you see all of these options and it's all around baby strollers. It's bananas. It is completely bananas how they do this. So that's what we're working on today. How do I do this? Okay. So Google Shopping improves your product visibility. Absolutely. We just saw that. So with the Google Shopping ads, your advertisement is going to show up at the top. It's going to show up also because it's link to Google AdWords, which is what you're going to learn a little bit later, it's going to show up in the display. If there's like a place for ads within your Gmail, YouTube, it can show up in different display spots all over the place. Google Shopping improves your shopping experience or improves your customers' shopping experience by giving them some specific images that they're looking for. So in other words, you could describe the stroller or the fact that I can see the stroller and the images are eye-popping. They jump off the page. They make me want to maybe go look at them, or they're big and they're full. You don't see like a bunch of white space and then a tiny little stroller in the middle. They're big, they're eye-catching, and there's different views of that stroller. So I can see it from the side, I can see it from an angle, I can see it from the top, I can see it folded up. Google Shopping brings in your users that have a stronger intent to buy. So if it shows up in the search, that means that I have the opportunity to click on one of them. If I click on it, it's going to go to that website. So if it's your own website, that's great. If it's still on Google Shopping, that's fine as well. But it will go to the website. And so if I intended to purchase, I'm more likely to just go ahead and purchase while I'm there versus continuing to shop around. And then it simplifies product management. So with Google Shopping, it contains all of your product information. It's going to contain everything about your listing because you have the opportunity to integrate your listings directly from Magento, Shopify, WooCommerce, and a few other platforms where they integrate directly in with Google Shopping. So since they integrate with Google Shopping, you don't need to add product images if your images are already great on your Shopify store to just bring them in. Your pricing information, your description of your product, the multiple images that are associated with it, all of that stuff. You don't have to maintain that manually. It makes your life a little bit easier. Okay, so how to use Google Shopping. So there's 8 steps to this process, and we're going to talk through all 8 high level. So the first thing is that you do have to set up a Google Merchant account. It's Center, S-E-N-T-R-E. Anyway, account. So you need to set up an account. Then after you set up the account, you're going to create or use your product images. So important because the product images are what's going to drive people to potentially click on your thing and buy it. So we did the training last week on Bonanza. And so Bonanza has the opportunity, if you want to buy ads with Bonanza, they will show up, your products will show up in Google Shopping automatically. So if you have amazing images on Bonanza, you can choose to do a campaign and it will automatically push your listings over to Google Shopping, which is great. There's different tools that we've talked about in the past that will integrate directly with Bonanza, one of them being List Perfectly. And so you can use your List Perfectly account to list on multiple platforms, eBay, Etsy, and Bonanza, and then push in Facebook Marketplace. You can push those listings over to Google Shopping as well. So again, another opportunity to get more eyeballs on your listing. So you input your product data feed or you integrate your listing, where it's coming from. You're going to link your Google Merchant account to your Google AdWords account. You're going to create a Google Shopping campaign. That's what you're going to do. You're going to place bids on your campaign, and then you're going to target, where do you want to target this campaign to run, and who do you want to target? You want to schedule it and let it go. So inside of there, you're also going to place your budget. So when you create your campaign, you're going to place your budget. And then you can create groups that you want to, you can create product groups for your campaign, different product groups. So the first thing is setting up your merchant account. So you literally can go to google.com/retail, or you can just Google Merchant Center to try and find it. Once you do that, it's going to take you to Google Retail. And then once you go to Google Retail, you click on Get Started. When you click on Get Started and you scroll down, you're going to see the Merchant Center. When you see the Merchant Center that's down here, you're going to click on the Merchant Center and click on Get Started. The first thing it's going to have you do is it's going to have you create your account. The next thing it's going to have you do is upload your products. And the last thing it's going to have you do is show your products across Google. So that's basically the integration level to Google Ads. And you'll also see ads up here, local inventory, smart shopping. So let's go. So the first thing when you click on get started, you're going to create your account. You're going to put in your business information, your name, your address, your country, your time zone. You're going to select where you want your customers to check out. So you can check out directly with Google, or you can have them check out on your website. Or if you've got a local store, they can check out there. You can also set up your integration. So if you've got where you want people to check out using your Stripe account, you want them to use your Apple Pay, or maybe you're using Google Pay, or you want them to check out using PayPal, then you can do that. You can link those in when you're setting up your Google Merchant account. So that's when you're going to link those. You're going to enter your email preferences. How do you want to receive notifications? Where do you want to receive them? How are people going to communicate with you? And then, of course, you're going to read and accept the terms of service. There are a lot of important things to know about advertising on Google Shopping. You can't just put anything up. So there's a whole Google policy around the things you can and cannot sell. And of course, because it's Google AdWords, they're going to block you. So no selling CBD. It's not going to happen. Anything that more than likely, the things you couldn't previously, not necessarily not sell on Amazon, but things that like you can't sell CBD, you can't sell things that are hazardous, stuff like that. You can't sell it on Google Shopping either. So just putting that out there. You're going to create your images and add your products to your data feed. So on your images, make sure that they are visually attractive, that they're big and bright, lots of color, full of color. You want them to take up the majority of the image space, okay? Images should be light, have a light background or a white background. And you should name your image files because, again, you're using Google, so people can search for your products just in using Google image search. So Google image search, when you go to Google and you have all those options for all and shopping, and images is one of them. They can choose to search for things by an image. You want your product to come up. And then the next thing is your product data feeds. You're going to go to the Google Merchant account. You're going to click on products feeds, and then you're going to click on the blue icon. From there, you're going to choose your country and your language. So again, where are you going to be selling and where do you want people to be able to buy from? So if you've got a shipping account and you're selling, I don't know, you're shipping to Canada and you've already got everything worked out on how you're going to get the customs to go through, or if you're just going to just ship in the US, this is where you're going to indicate that. But if you want your products to be global, you need to make sure that you indicate which ones are global and which ones aren't. To determine the demographics for your products, okay, so who's going to be buying them? So again, if you're selling in the US, that's fine. Is there a specific group? Name the product feed, so give it a name, and then choose how you'll input that product information. So you have 4 options. You can either import your information directly from a Google spreadsheet. You can do a scheduled fetch from another site. You can schedule it if there's an integration. You can upload the information. So if you've got a file, maybe you've got a file from your wholesale supplier, so you can upload the file. Or you can do, if there's an existing API. So Shopify would be, there's an integration that's in place. So there's a Shopify integration, Magento, WooCommerce, and a couple others. So you have those options on how you're going to get your products into Google. Then afterwards, you're going to access your products in your Google Merchant Center account under the primary feeds. You go to product feeds and primary feeds. That's where you're going to find your products, and you can search for it by the name that you gave it. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your merchant account if you're not already logged in, and you're going to click on the upper right-hand corner. There's going to be 3 vertical dots. You're going to choose the option when you click on the menu, and you're going to click on account linking. Basically, you're going to link your Google Merchant account to your Google AdWords account. Okay. If you don't have an AdWords account, no sweat, no problem. You're going to be prompted to create one. Just remember what it is. So if you have it attached to a specific email account, like a specific Gmail account, like that's what mine is, you need to remember what that is and remember the password that's associated with it. Because any communication from Google, whether it is directly from Google AdWords or Google campaigns or from your merchant center, are going to go to that email account. So if you need to create a brand new email account because you want everything to be new, you don't want it to be associated with an existing account that you're using on a regular basis, create a new account before you start this journey. Okay. So if you don't have a Google AdWords account under that email account or under that Google account, then they're going to prompt you to create one. So now we're going to go to where we set up our Google shopping campaign. So after you link your AdWords account to your merchant account, then we're going to be setting up your Google shopping ad campaign. So remember, we brought all our stuff in. And once we brought all our stuff in, we have 4 different ways to bring it in. And there is a specific format if you use the Google Sheet. And that is actually inside when you get ready to go choose that option. There'll be a template that you'll see there. So your data must be in that format. So there's 2 ways in which to start this Google Shopping ads campaign. One is to do it directly from your merchant center, and the other one is to do it through your Google AdWords account, Google Ads account. So if you're going to go through your merchant center, your Google Merchant Center account, you're going to click on Create Shopping Campaign. Then you're going to give that campaign a name. Then you're going to indicate the country of sale and your daily budget. So on a campaign, you got to figure out what your budget is going to be. How much are you going to be willing to spend to have this item show up? Okay. There was a period of time this summer where they were letting you integrate your Google Shopping or your created Google Shopping campaign account without necessarily having to pay that. So there is a daily budget. You can set a low daily budget. So if you want to spend $10 a day, that's fine. You want to say, how long are we running this ad? So if I'm running it for 30 days, $10 a day times 30 days is $300. Okay. So I want to do a daily budget of $10. And then it's going to ask you for like an overall budget. You click on Create, it's going to prompt you to continue managing your account through Google AdWords. So basically, you create the campaign, you set all this stuff around the country and the daily budget in a name, and then it's going to push you over to Google AdWords. So remember, whatever that campaign name is, that's what it's going to show up under Google AdWords. So then you're going to, if you're setting it up directly using Google AdWords, or if you're starting from Google AdWords, you're going to select your campaign goal. So what is the goal? Is your goal to get more sales? Is it to get more leads? Is it to drive website traffic? Are you trying to push people to your website? And this is very similar to some of the goal stuff that you set up when you're doing Facebook ads. So what is the goal? Is the goal to get more sales? And then they're going to walk you through the steps if the goal is to get more sales. If it is to get more leads, then they're going to walk you through the steps. And if it is to drive more website traffic, then they're going to walk you through the steps. So my guess for you is it's going to be sales and it's going to be website traffic. It's not necessarily going to be leads for the products that you're going to be selling. Although it depends. I mean, you might have something where you're trying out a white label or private label product and you're trying to collect names and email addresses. So that would be a lead situation. Then you're going to select shopping. And then from there, you want to make sure that your merchant account details are showing up. So remember, when you created your merchant account, you did your product details, you brought in products 4 different ways. So how are you bringing those in? Then you're going to update your campaign settings. There's going to be different things that you're going to have to update based on the fact that you're coming in through Google AdWords. And you're going to indicate your bid strategy. So you have different bid strategies, and there's going to be terminology around marketing that may be foreign to you, but we do have the Facebook ads and Instagram ads. I think there's a Google ads. I'm not really sure. Training that's coming up. So I'm just going to give you high level. So CPC is cost per click. In other words, to have your item show up in the listing, you only pay when somebody clicks. What is the cost per click for people to see your product and to click on it? So what are you willing to pay every time they click on it? CPE is cost per impression. So again, what are you willing to pay for people to see it on a regular basis? Cost per impression. So there's a few others, but those are the big ones that you're going to see on there. And then Google does have a place for you to help you with your budget strategy. Once you have indicated your budget, so you figured out, what is your goal to get more traffic to my website. I've set up my budget. I gave a campaign a name. All my products have been loaded up. I got great pictures, blah, 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 blah. Now I'm going to indicate my target audience or my target demographic, and I'm going to schedule this campaign. How long am I going to let it run? If it's a campaign that you're going to let run for like 2 weeks, that's fine. So a perfect example would be you could set up a campaign for back to school supplies. When you get closer to back to school, you could set up a campaign, let it run for like 30 days. You could set up a campaign right before, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, where you could have a lot of stuff to this pink that you're selling. Maybe you're selling specific bundles, whatever it happens to be. And keep in mind that you can use Google Shopping for your print on demand. You can use it, so it doesn't necessarily have to be your physical products. You could have products that you have on Amazon, if that's your source, and there's an API for that, then you could have those products show up on Google Shopping for you to get more traffic to it. So, within Amazon, you do have the ability to set up Google campaigns there as well, PPC over there. So something to think about, how can I use Google Shopping to help me get more traffic? So for me, it's about getting more traffic selling bundles. So when am I selling my bundles? I'm selling them Christmas, I'm selling them, Halloween, whatever those bundles happen to be. So if somebody's searching for something for Easter and I've got Easter bundles, I want my products to show up. So maybe I will have my products show up for 30 days prior to Easter or 3 weeks prior to Easter. Mother's Day is right around the corner. Maybe I want my products to show up 3 weeks before Mother's Day. Father's Day, also right around the corner. So you have all these options where you can set up these short campaigns to have your products be visible. If your products are on your on-site or you're manually adding your products to Google Shopping, again, and you do have that opportunity to do that if you want to do that. They just recommend the 4 different ways that I listed before that you could do that. So if you've got inventory that's brand new inventory and you're not getting any traction on it with Amazon, you're not getting anywhere with eBay, you could list it on Google Shopping, you could list it on Bonanza and go through Google Shopping, you can list it on Facebook Marketplace. So there's different ways in which to get that inventory out the door. Some additional notes. So Google does have a bid simulator tool to help you figure out, what your bid strategy is going to be. I mentioned that before. So when you're advertising your products there's 3 different shopping ads that you can use. So one of them is a product shopping ad, one's a showcase. Although showcase, I believe something happened in April that one's going away. And then local inventory ads. And then the one thing I do want, and I'm going to show those to you again here in a second. The one thing that I do want you to remember is that Google does have shopping ads policies that you need to know. And they also have Google Ads policies that you need to know. So you're not going to be able to sell anything that does not meet their policies. They won't allow those products to go live. They won't allow those ads to go live. If you're doing keyword loading in your listing description, they won't allow that. Like if you're trying to do some specific things, do not be mad when your campaign is denied. And if you have a boatload of denials, like I don't know what the official threshold is. I don't think anybody really knows. But if you have a significant number of denials, they'll just shut down your Google Ads account, which is what you don't want. So before you create any type of ad using Google Shopping, make sure that you go back and you pay attention to the ads policy and the shopping policy. Don't just tweak your listing and throw it back up and wait for them to evaluate it and say yes or no. Really look at it, change everything that you can about it that might get you in trouble or that is slightly suspect, and then submit it for review again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's go back over here, is I'm going to go back over to this baby stroller situation. Okay, so what they used to have, you have product shopping ads, showcase shopping ads, and local inventory. So product shopping ads, these are the product shopping ads that we're seeing right here. You see that the pictures are big, pretty pictures. If I click on it, it's going to take me to Best Buy. I click on this, and this is going to take me to Bye Bye Baby. You know, it's going to take me to different places. So baby stroller, Walmart. Okay. So people are paying for that placement. You used to see some ads over here or some images over here. I was trying to remember. Computer desk. I think that's what I was. And so I had ad desk showing up over here, and then I had desk showing up over here. Although I'm not seeing it right now. Yeah, I'm not. Baby. Yeah. So they've taken away some of that showcase functionality. So you're just going to see the product ad, and that's what we're seeing here. These are the images that show up first. You see that under ads. Then the next thing is, you know, determining, oh, there's a local opportunity because someone mentioned either my zip code where my IP address is. And so they're like, oh, well, let us help you find it on Google Maps. And let's showcase the stores because these are the stores that have what you're looking for. And oh, by the way, they're close to you. Now here's some more products, more popular products. See how they grouped them? So this is like the start of what I would call like the Google shopping, because they've got them under 200, 200 to 400, over 400. Then they start naming the brands and all this other stuff. This is under popular products, okay? And let's see what else is over here. Other products available to buy. This is the result. It's not an ad. Only ads are paid. So this is not an ad, and it'll always be labeled sponsored or ad. This is just a search result, which is a good thing to have. These are up here ads. So if I go to Google, if I go to images, you're going to see images and look, products that I can buy. That's why I said name your files. Name your files if you're uploading your own images, so that way your products will show up and you won't have any challenges with that. But these are products that are showing up. These are ads. And there's a bunch of them that show up. And then there's some that show up organically because of the fact that people were already, listing them. So some of them show up organically. So if I go to Google Shopping, this is where I have the opportunity to do all the random searches, which are not exactly the same as the, let's see, this one's under 200. So the one we saw before was under 200, 200 to 400. So the groupings are not exactly the same. So those were just search. And these are the ones that are showing up specifically in Google Shopping. So people have paid for these to show up in Google Shopping. Compare multiple stores, lots of options, very interesting bed there. So again, giving you the opportunity to have your products be sold or shown. And then if you click, you can get more details. You can see all the pictures that are associated with this, so that can all, again, coming in either integrated or imported, one or the other. Also giving me some other options that shows that compare the prices from 10 stores. So this same product is being sold on Wayfair, Bye Bye Baby, Walmart, same product. View product details. It's giving me the other sellers. I can also look at the ratings. I can see what the bad reviews are about this particular product. So some aspects of that indirectly are similar to the way it is on Amazon. Okay. All right. So I can save it as a person that's looking at baby beds. Okay. And do some more research. So if you want your products to be shown up in Google Shopping, I just encourage you to go through this setup, go through the pages, and we'll probably create a job aid for the pages themselves so that you'll have the opportunity to set it up, just doing one sample, and test it, see what happens. I would also encourage you to watch the Facebook ads, Google ads, and training that's coming up so that you'll have the opportunity to better understand, if you're not an ads person, what your options are when it comes to putting together an ads budget. So, but if you don't, if you're not a ads budget kind of person, you can go with something as low as, like $1 a day. So you spend $30 for the month if you're going to go for 30 days. So that's just straight math, simple math. You just figure out how long you think you want to run your ads and what are the products that you're selling. How long do you want to run an ad? Some people will spend a boatload of money because they only want to run the ads for 3 or 4 days. So, you can set the duration of how long you want to run the ad. All right, well, I hope this information is helpful. We are now going to open it up to questions and answers. So I am going to stop sharing. And we're just going to open it up. I'm going to go to the group and just see what kind of Q&A we have right now. Well, if you do have a question, feel free to type it in the thread. So thanks, guys. I hope this was helpful. And type your questions in the comments section below this video.